So you're ready to start shopping for your new home here in the Carolinas, but you've been seeing new construction ads and you've been seeing resale homes and you're not sure which one might be the best for you. Now, before you make up your mind, I'm going to share with you today the top 5 reasons why you should consider new construction versus resale. And stick around to the very end because I have a little known fact and detail that's going to make sure that you get the biggest bang for your buck when buying new construction. I'm 𝗖𝗁 𝗨𝘀, your Charlotte real estate expert, including the upstate of South Carolina. Now, if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. If not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be the first to know about all the new changes to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, in addition to that, I help people just like you purchase their new homes and move to the Charlotte area. So if that's you, go ahead, drop in the description below. All my contact information is there. I get calls, texts, emails, Zoom invites from people just like you looking to make the move. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, across the world, across the country, or just across town, we're here to make your move exactly what you want it to be. So what are the biggest reasons for buying new construction? Well, there is a long laundry list that we could possibly go through with positives on new construction, but I'm going to start rolling down the list of my top 5. Coming in at number 5, warranties. Warranties are a big thing that I talk to my clients about, even in resale. However, when we're talking about warranties with new construction, it goes much, much farther with a new construction builder than it does with resale. Here's why. When you're building a new home, every component within the home has some kind of warranty, whether it be a warranty from the builder themselves or maybe even the subcontractor that did the work. Usually there's some kind of workmanship warranty that they have on those items. So let's say your roof has some shingles that blow off in the first year, warranted. Let's say your hot water kicks the bucket, warranted. Let's say you get a few nail pops in your house. And, well, a nail pop, by the way, is when the nail literally pops out of the ceiling. It happens as the house is going through the seasons. It's completely normal. But when that does happen, it's covered. Now, there's a few different stages to coverage and warranties, and there's usually 3 main phases. Phase 1 is going to be your 1-year bumper to bumper of sorts. I should probably say roof to foundation. That'd probably be a better way to say it with regards to the house. And what this is within the first year, some, well, I'd say most builders actually have this where they'll come out a year later and go through and do what they call a point up. So if there are items that have gone awry in the house, nothing major, nothing crazy like popped pipes. I'm talking there are tape lines that are showing, nail pops, perhaps there's a piece on the stove that's not working. Any of those little items, those are going to be covered and they're going to come in and go ahead and point everything up in one time within a year of you going under contract and closing. The second one is a 2-year. Now, not all builders do this. It's not really truly necessary, and most don't even write it down. But the 2-year is really talking about mechanical. So this usually comes directly from the manufacturer. Your HVAC, your furnace, your hot water heaters, as well as your appliances all come with a warranty direct from the manufacturer. So while the builder won't necessarily talk about this or have specific coverage for it, they are covered. So within this time frame, because everything is new, if anything goes wrong with those appliances or any of those mechanicals, you are covered, which is a big deal. And the third stage is going to be your 10-year structural. Now, I've only ever had this happen one time. And yes, it was with a slab foundation. For those out there saying you can't fix the slab, you can. It's also very rare for something to go on with a slab. Now, it only happened one time, but it was covered under the builder's warranties. So we were able to go ahead and get that slab repaired and everything was hunky-dory. It was fully covered. This is one of the biggest reasons people lean into new construction, especially when they don't want to have the worries over their head. I have a lot of clients, they literally move every 5 years and it's always to new construction. This is part of the reason why. Number 4 on the list, avoiding bidding wars. How many of y'all out there went through 2020 and 2021? Well, as an agent on the other side of things, working both the listing side and the buyer side, I cringed making those 30 phone calls to all the agents whose clients didn't get the home. And man, when I was on the buy side, I hated getting that phone call. We went through offer after offer after offer. Well, what ended up happening was many people leaned into new construction. Why? No bidding wars. Now, here's the crazy part. Even during 2020 and 2021, many builders actually did start allow the bidding wars to happen on their properties, on lots. So it ended up not even being avoidable. In today's times, we are back to multiple offers. They really never went away, but they're starting to come back a little bit more and a little bit more, as long as we have appropriately priced houses. Don't worry, we're not getting 20 offers a house. 2 or 3 will suffice. That being said, though, new construction is back to where it's always been, which is not allowing multiple offer situations on their properties. Now, builders will sell the lot to build up from. They will also build and sell spec houses. So those are both options for you to purchase. So do you want to avoid some bidding wars? New construction might be the right one for you. Number 3 on the list, everything is new. Now, I know you already know this because you're buying new construction. The toilets are new, the lights are new, the walls are new, everything is new. Now, one of the major benefits to everything being new is that when you walk in the front door, it is expected and anticipated even by the builder that every single speck and blemish be repaired. That's right. When you walk in the home and you see a scuff mark, repair it. When you walk over here, and this is during your final walk, and you see other blemishes, repair it. There's a process that you're going to go through when you buy new construction, whereby once the property is built, I always recommend still get an inspection. We hand that inspection report to the builder, and it is a punch sheet, a punch list. They go down and they fixed everything the builder found or the inspector found. Then we're going to come to a new home orientation. Now, many builders have changed the name of this, and they've actually started getting ahead of it, where we used to call it a blue tape walkthrough. Remember the little blue tape for painting? It's a great way to mark where there's blemishes on walls or things that need to be repaired. So when thinking about this, and we're going through the process, builders have started to get ahead of it, and they send their crews out to do that first, so that you already have a once-over, and hopefully we're just catching the remnants. But this is a great thing for you as the buyer because you learn everything about the house from top to bottom, where your cutoff switches are, everything. And we get to go through, and if there's even a single blemish, it will be repaired. Now, unlike resale, where the house is what it is and you're buying it for what it is, they may negotiate repairing some major repairs on the house that might be necessary, but the blemishes are all a part of its charm. With new construction, the charm is in the fact that there are no blemishes. So if this is something that you want everything to be new, shiny, clean, this may be the best option for you. Number 2 on the list, avoiding renovation costs. This is one of the biggest things that a lot of my clients will look at when they're looking to do resale is, well, we like the price and these are all the things that we would change, so it's actually going to be far more expensive for us. This might be something you still want to do and you want to put your touch on it. And even with resale, I have some clients that are installing chimneys and fireplaces and they're putting in these beautiful murals. You could do whatever you want to your home once you own it. However, for many people, they want to avoid renovations, especially the headache that comes along with it. Who here has lived through a reno? I have lived through 2 kitchen renovations and a bathroom renovation. I will not do it again. Mark my words. I'll keep you updated if that changes because we may do it again. So with new construction, not only do you avoid the cost of renovation, but also those headaches. Now, part of the reason for this is there's 3 different ways that you can do new construction. Now, one of the most popular ways is to buy potentially a house that you can do semi-custom. Now, let's talk about what semi-custom is. You're not coming in and sitting down with an architect and designing every facet of your home. However, you usually start with a couple of different models that you can choose from. Of those models, you can make some changes. For example, we want a soaking tub instead of a large shower, or we want 2 closets instead of 1. We want to change up and rearrange what the kitchen looks like. The builder will actually have predetermined and pre-designed structural changes you can apply to the house. So you can sit there with the sales rep and your agent and go through every single step, every room, every option. You can upgrade the doors and the windows, maybe change it to a triple slider, maybe make the first floor 10 foot and the second floor 9 foot ceilings. You can go a completely different route. You can go ahead and design your entire back patio, add on a balcony. There are so many things that you can do with semi-construction. The thing with semi-custom is it actually keeps your cost far more in line than going the custom route, mostly because it's already pre-designed and predetermined specs, so it's very easy to plug and play, kind of like a game. Now, one of the other popular routes, which has absolutely complete hands-off, is to do a home that's already been built or is in the process of being built by the builder. This is considered a spec home. They have already spec'd out what the details will be, the interiors, the colors, the tiles. By the way, with semi-custom, you can usually choose your tile colors and your carpet colors and what you're gonna do for your granite or quartz, the kitchen cabinet colors, all that. That comes in semi-custom. With spec, it is what you see it is, but the cool thing is, the price you see is the price you're paying. The downside of a semi-custom is that price can go up from that base price you're originally looking at. So while it's more controlled than full custom, you still will have a higher price at the end of the day, and that design studio can catch you by surprise. In fact, many people that go through a design studio process in a home in the $700,000 to $800,000 price range, they could be spending anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 in design. You might be wondering how? Well, all of a sudden you want to upgrade your cabinets, your countertops, you want to do a different kind of carpet, you want to do different kinds of windows, handles for the pull-outs. There's many things that you could spend extra money on, but some are worth it and some aren't. I'll let you make that decision. Now, the third method, of course, is fully custom. Now, for a fully custom home, usually you are seeing those homes north of $1 million, mostly just because there's so many great options in the semi-custom realm that if you really want something that customized, you're gonna have a fairly large home and it'll probably sit on a really nice lot. So that is one thing to keep in mind. If you do go fully custom, it's going to incorporate a designer, an architect, of course the builder. Your agent will be fully involved as well. So those are just some differences. Now you might be wondering, Kayla, that sounds way more exhausting than just doing a renovation on resale. Yes, and the cool thing is, all of those design choices and renovations, because it's in the build process, it's all gonna be before you live there, and it's gonna be a part of your loan. Unlike sometimes renovations where you decide to do out of pocket instead of rolling into the mortgage. So there's a lot to consider there, but that's one of the biggest reasons why people that I know decide to go for new instead of resale. And number one of the biggest reasons people love to go new construction, builder incentives. Now, before you go down the road of, well, yeah, how good can they be? I will tell you, many builders are offering some massive incentives that not only affect your closing, but also can affect your actual monthly payments into the future. How is that, you may say? Well, some builders are actually offering rate buy downs. While some are doing a 2-1 buy down, which buys your rate by 2% down into the first year, 1% in the second year, and by the third year back to your original rate. Some builders are back to offering a full 30-year buy down. I will tell you, there are builders doing it right now, and there's one in particular I saw just the other day that's buying rates down into the 4.99. Absolutely mind-blowing, right? Imagine what that could do for your mortgage payment. For 30 years at 4.99, that is amazing. But there are other incentives that are more common. That one's a little bit more rare. There's others that are more common, and here they are. One, they will buy down some of your closing costs. In fact, sometimes they will pay for all of your closing costs on the close of the home. Now, for those of you that are not sure, you've got cash to close, which is the total between your deposit, your down payment, and your closing costs. Closing costs are going to be attorney fees, HOA dues, things of that nature. So they're actually going to offer to pay for that in many cases. The second thing that they will sometimes pay for is actually a reduction in the purchase price. Now, I personally prefer, if you have your options, to go ahead and pay towards closing, because you will not see the benefit of a price reduction, not by that much, on your mortgage. So you might actually want to go ahead and take the closing costs. Now, the amounts are going to vary on this, and it depends upon the builder. But one of the other things that they might also throw in there is a closing package, a move-in package. So what does this mean? Well, builders, when they build the house, they're gonna put in a stove, they're gonna put in your oven, they're gonna put in your dishwasher and your disposal and a microwave. What they don't provide is a washer, dryer, or refrigerator. You might be wondering why, because every home has them, but washer dryers and refrigerators are considered personal property in North and South Carolina. So if you want them, you're gonna have to go buy them and have them installed after closing. The builder move-in packages will include these 3 items, as well as, in many cases, blinds. So this could be a really good opportunity. And another incentive, which most people don't know about, is when you're working with a real estate agent and that real estate agent has been involved with you from day one, make sure you bring your realtor with you when you go see new construction, even if it's just to go take a peek, because this will allow you to have buyer agent representation, and the builder is going to provide that buyer agent's compensation. No, you're not actually going to save money by not having a buyer's agent. They are not passing those savings on to you at all. So it would be in your best interest to have somebody on your side who's fighting for you. So hopefully these top 5 give you a much clearer perspective into what it looks like to buy new construction. Now, as promised, here's what you need to know in order to get the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to buying new, and it all comes down to timing. There are 3 main times when you are going to get some insane incentives when buying new construction. The first time is going to be when the actual development has just started. See, as the development gets going, many times the builder will build a few spec houses to sell, and they want to do this to start revitalizing and getting that energy going. In addition to that, by closing on that loan, it also pushes funds back into the builder where they can put it back into more construction and preparing for new lots. So if you're one of the first homes in the development, this is where you're gonna get some of the biggest incentives because they want you there. The second time is right before the development is closing out. In many cases, they will have spec homes that are already built, or they'll have their last remaining lots that they don't plan on going spec, but they want someone to buy those lots. Now with that comes great incentives because they're ready to move on to their next development. So this could give you a great opportunity. And third, throughout the process of a builder building out any of their developments, they are going to be building, in many cases, some spec homes along the way. Now, when a spec home has been built and it's sitting on the lot, guess what happens? They are not making money. They want them to move. So you're going to get great incentives if you look at a home that's been sitting on the lot for a little while, already completed. But here's another one you can be on the lookout for. If there are homes that are getting close to being completed, many times they'll start offering those incentives before completion so they don't sit on the lot. So look for homes that were within a month to 2 months of being fully constructed and completed. This usually opens it up to some amazing incentives such as rate buy downs, closing costs, and even those move-in packages, all of which I recently negotiated for one of my clients for just this reason. So talk to your agent and make sure you're getting the best opportunity possible. So if this video brought you value, be sure to click that subscribe button and be the first to know on everything going on in Charlotte, North Carolina. And drop into the comments below, what are your thoughts on new construction? Is it great? Is it not? I want to hear from you, and I do answer all my comments. And as I mentioned before, if you're looking to move to the Charlotte, North Carolina area, we get calls, texts, emails, Zoom invites every single day from people just like you, looking to make the move and needing assistance. So if that's you, drop into the comments in the description below. All of my contact information is there. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, across the world, across the country, or just across town, we're here to make your move everything you want it to be. So until next time, I look forward to showing you around town. So you're making the move. There's a lot of videos that you can be watching, like this one right here, or maybe even this one. Really either one of these, but honestly, watch both of them because they're gonna help you make the move. Go ahead, pick one. They're both really good.